A cat in the prison. The cat who ruled the compound. In the busy heart of Ajegunle, where the air carried the smell of fried plantain and engine oil, lived a quiet man named Kunle and his cat, Sultan. Sultan was no ordinary cat. He walked like a landlord, tail high like a flag of authority. Children greeted him. Women complained about him. Dogs avoided him. Kunle loved him like family. "You are my only problem," Kunle would often say, scratching his chin. Sultan would blink slowly, the way kings forgive their subjects. But across the narrow gutter lived Mama Titi, a woman whose smoked fish business was the pride of the street, and Sultan had been watching her. The crime of the century. That afternoon, the sun burned like hot iron. Mama Titi spread her freshly smoked fish on a tray outside her door. Golden, shiny, perfect. Sultan saw it. The street went silent, the way it does before trouble. One moment, the tray was full. The next moment, chaos. Fish scattered, a tray overturned. Mama Titi screamed, "Thief! Witch! Enemy of progress!" Sultan leapt over the gutter, a whole fish in his mouth, dignity intact. Kunle came out too late. The evidence was already on Sultan's whiskers. The arrest. By evening, the matter had reached the landlord, the street chairman, and 3 men who liked any situation that allowed them to sit and judge. Mama Titi pointed at Kunle. "Your cat has eaten my destiny." "I will pay for the fish," Kunle pleaded. But Mama Titi was not ready for payment. "No, this is oppression. Today it is fish, tomorrow it will be my business." Before Kunle understood what was happening, 2 men held his arms. "You are under street arrest." "For what?" he cried. "For conspiracy with a cat." The court of the compound. The next morning, the entire compound gathered. A plastic table became a court bench. The landlord became the judge. A broken chair became the witness box. Mama Titi presented the fish bones. Kunle stood sweating like a man in a courtroom of destiny. "Did your cat eat the fish?" the judge asked. Kunle looked at Sultan, who was busy chasing a butterfly. "My lord, yes." The crowd gasped. The judge adjusted his cap. "Then justice must be done." Silence fell like night. The strange judgment. The judge stood. "In this compound, we believe in fairness. The one who commits the crime must serve the punishment." He hit the table with a spoon. "Bring the cat." The compound exploded with laughter. Kunle blinked. Mama Titi blinked. Sultan was still chasing the butterfly. The prisoner with whiskers. A carton was turned into a prison cell. Sultan was carried like a chief into custody. He did not resist. He sat inside the carton, calm, royal, untouchable. Children brought him milk. Someone brought him fish. Even Mama Titi stood staring. "This is not punishment," she protested. But Sultan stretched, yawned, and slept. Kunle, who had been released, stood outside the cell every day. "I'm sorry," he whispered. Sultan blinked slowly. Forgiveness. The night of the great escape. That night, rain fell like drums on zinc roofs. Thunder shook the compound. In the morning, the carton prison was empty. Sultan sat on Mama Titi's doorstep, alive, free, majestic. Beside him was a rat, freshly caught, placed like a peace offering. The compound awoke to the news. Mama Titi stared at the rat, then at Sultan. For the first time, she laughed. The Legend of the Cat. From that day, Sultan was no longer just a cat. He was the only prisoner who served his sentence and came out with honor. Mama Titi stopped calling him a thief. She called him my security. Kunle would sit every evening and watch Sultan walk across the compound like a hero returning from war. And whenever new tenants asked about the carton in the corner, the children would gather dramatically and say, "That is the prison where a cat once served a sentence." Sultan would close his eyes proudly, because in Ajegunle, justice had once been served to a cat. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. God bless you.